Hi, welcome back to the Brutally Honest podcast. So, I am in the middle of the woods, in the middle of nowhere, staying at a cabin, and I'm gonna stay here for a week till I get my ish together. Basically, my mom has a cabin in the middle of the woods. It's actually like really cutie, and I need a change of environment because I was like going through like a little bit of a funk these past 2 weeks, and it's a funk that usually is a reoccurring thing once a year. And it is revolved around my work where I start to feel unmotivated or uninspired or just like a little numb to all of it. With social media, it can be stressful, like when you do it as a job, because you're constantly having to come up with new things, create new ideas, adapt, change your content strategies if one isn't working out, or let's say you have a viral video and like you're like riding this high and then out of nowhere it completely flops and like your whole fan base is around that like viral video, so then you have to like be innovative and create a new idea, and it's just like a never ending cycle that can be a lot. Like I relate to this with a lot of my other friends who do social media. It's like our biggest complaint, like how it just never feels enough with this job, and it always keeps you on your toes, and there's no stability. Like even with income, oh my gosh, it's so unstable because let's say you make money from one monetization program, maybe on like YouTube or TikTok, and then like your viral concept dies down and like you start to lose your money, and so you have to find another viral concept. So like when money gets involved, that makes it even more stressful. But with me, I'm running into a problem with like structure and like knowing the right direction to go into because there's so many things I want to do with social media. Like I love this job. Like while it has its downsides, I love social media and it excites me so much to the point where I just want to do everything and anything, but it's hard to keep a consistent, structured formula and find out like what works. Like for a while I was just a TikToker. That's like how I started, and I would just do these videos and it worked. But then that died down and I had to figure something else out. So I tried YouTube and that worked. I blew up and I got I think like almost 200K like under like a year. But then that died down and I kind of got sick of like my content. Like I didn't like making the kid-friendly, cringy jelly fruit content anymore. So I wanted to try like doing more Brianna like personality stuff. But since doing that, it's been like an ongoing journey and grind. Like it's not easy because everyone wants to be famous on social media for their personality. Who doesn't? Who doesn't feel like they have something special in them that like they just feel like they'll go viral if they just start posting? I hear that ish all the time when people say they want to start social media. They're just like, I don't know, I just feel like it's just something about me. I just feel like I got something like in my personality and like people are just gonna like me and view me, and like sure, you're a great person, you have a funky personality and you're cool and all that, but it's not like that. This ish is cutthroat. To get viral just for being you and to post just whatever you truly enjoy, that's a freaking grind and a half. You have to work your butt off to get there because it's the most competitive industry in the world. That's why, usually niche specific content is like the best route to go to for if you want to get viral on social media. A little off track social media advice. But back to what we're talking about. So yeah, this is like something that I've been going through where I have like 5 different channels I'm running right now. I have a long form channel, I have a podcast channel, I have my main channel that I'm revamping because it died down and I stopped going on it and posting consistently, but now I want to revamp. I I have like the side end stuff I like to do, and it's a lot of overwhelming work when you don't have just one specific thing that you're just settling down on and like putting your all in. I like to have a variety, but it's probably best if I just put all my eggs in one basket. Like let's say I just focus strictly on my podcast channel, but then I'll like be sad because I'm like, no, my long form channel. So I like it like that. But yeah, currently what I'm working on is, so I have my short form channel. That's my main channel. That's what I blew up on. It's bleeding subscribers. Was bleeding subscribers, but I completed a revamp on it because I need to be consistent on that channel. And why I died down was because I wanted to focus on my podcast channel and my long form channel and Snapchat. But I'm thinking if I can just figure out the proper way to structure my thoughts, my routine, my life, myself, get my ish together, then all of this will be a lot easy to manage because there was an era in my life where I really had my ish together. About a year ago, I had the best routine ever. I would wake up early, I would meditate first thing, I would journal, I would work out, I would get my work done, and I felt really happy. But, during that time, I was like not successful on social media, not making money. I was like dead freaking broke. So I didn't know I had it good or I had a good thing going for myself during the time because I was just so focused on, oh, I need to make money. That's another thing you need to learn is like appreciate what you got, you know? And then what happened was I moved into a studio apartment and I lived on my own. And from living on my own, I really accepted my power of social media and I figured out an algorithm hack, shall I say, that worked for me on Snapchat and I blew up on there and I got like 1 million followers under like 6 months. It was insane. So that was like my all out platform. And from there, like when I was just like blowing up on Snapchat, I slowed down on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and my blowing up on Snapchat gave me room to focus more on my passions, like what I've always wanted to do. Like long form videos, like quality, meaningful videos, like Yes Theory type of vibes, like speaking the truth, like really being inspirational. No more cringy content. So I gotta dial in on my podcast channel. I started a channel from fresh. Like I literally had 0 subscribers and it still is small. I was able to hire an editor and hire like a whole little team, like an assistant, and so I could just put all my effort into a passion that won't really get me anywhere now, but it could in the long run, but it's going to take some time. Because I was making money on YouTube shorts, but it wasn't enough. And I didn't need to struggle to get by on there anymore because I was doing good with Snapchat. So I had room to give up on like TikTok and, my main channel on YouTube to focus on these things. Also, TikTok, I hate that app. I will always say it. I don't like what it's turned into. Now, only videos that are promoting products go viral. They literally only care about money and they don't even care to make themselves look good about it. Like, they're just like putting it right in your face. Like, they're bought out. But yeah, can't get a video viral on there. I have 1 million followers on there, dead account. And I've accepted that. Like, I think it's been like that for the past like year, honestly, like dead TikTok account. Sometimes I could get like a video to like 30K or even 100K, but I really had to put in the effort for it. So I was just so excited that I could finally just not have to be a slave to TikTok. I love YouTube, love making the YouTube shorts. I love that community way better. I love their programs better. I think YouTube treats their creators better, all that. But the content I was putting on TikTok was the content I was putting on YouTube. So I was just never enjoying my content I was making. I freaking hated it and I just felt like I had to do it to survive. Like the jelly fruit, Gatorade pod stuff. I would get so much hate comments like you're so cringe, you're so weird. Everyone gets hate, it's part of it, but like these hate comments were like people really started to hate me. I think I had more hate than fans like from that type of content I was doing, just like the cringy stuff. Like people do not like the person doing it, but they like to watch the content because they like to make fun of the person or judge them. So I was just like, I'm your punching bag, just get me viral. I don't care. And I would play it up and act dumb in the videos or whatever the case was. But it got old. I didn't hate it in the beginning. I actually kind of liked the idea of like, you guys don't know what I'm doing here. I'm being cringy intentionally, and y'all are viewing it and hating on it, but I don't actually care. I want your views. I like that. It was fun, but it got old. I want to do meaningful ish. So, with my transition, I wasn't posting on YouTube, I wasn't posting on TikTok, and I was doing long form and I was doing podcasts, but I was still making short form content. I mean, I was posting on TikTok, I was posting on YouTube, but not consistently. So, to me, that's like not posting anymore. Like, off the app. If it's not consistent, it's not even worth it. But I was also practicing making like quality short form videos where I would just do vlogs and like document my life. Some would do good, some would do bad. Like those videos also are really hard to go viral. I think like I've had some kind of like go viral, like maybe 30K, 20K, like just showing Brianna's life in my world. Um and I guess I'm at a point now where I'm trying to revamp my short form YouTube channel. I call it that, but that's like my main YouTube channel. It's the one I grew on because I was okay with myself bleeding subscribers. Like it was just like dropping in subscribers since I stopped posting. I didn't really like care to build it again or really put anything into it because I associated that channel with the cringy content I made. So I was just like, I'm just saying, screw this channel. I'm just going to focus on the content that I like with the channels that I like. Um, but I guess my assistant mentioned something to me and they're like, why don't you like go back at like posting on that channel again? I mean, like I had a good following, I had a good thing going for, like you had a good thing going for yourself. And before I didn't realize that I stopped posting on it is because I just hated the association with like cringy Brianna and I want nothing to do with that. And from him asking that, I realized that I stopped posting on there because it was more so like a personal reason with myself or like my own inner insecurity that I wasn't really addressing. So once I addressed that, I was like, wait, I can like revamp anything. Like I always say, people on the internet have a memory of a goldfish. Like they'll see one influencer as one way and like maybe they'll hate them or see them as this type of branding or this type of influencer. But if the influencer just decides to change around their content, change around their niche or whatever the case is, eventually everyone just forgets how they used to see them and they see them as like now. So now I am working on posting on that account again and revamping it, but I feel like I'm taking like I'm taking a step forward and then like two steps back. I'm always fluctuating between cringy content that does good or meaningful Brianna content because it's like, all right, so I want to revamp the account. Great. I'll start consistently posting again. Great. I was consistently posting like Brianna ish, not doing well. It couldn't hit over like 1,000 views. Like it should get more than 1,000 views with that following. Then I found a strategy. I'm not gonna say it. I don't know. I don't care. Maybe I'll say it. But I found a strategy, and it is like in the cringy content realm. It's with reacting to videos and all that, and like that Brianna character side comes out that I've always had a love-hate relationship with. The character has gotten me so many viral videos, but like I don't like the feeling around the content I make with that character and how people perceive me. But I do like it's funny, that's why I'm like two steps back because I'll be making content that's like meaningful to me, not the character, and it does good, but then I crave the views, so I go two steps back and then I go back into the character and then I intertwine the content. So like I'll have Brianna meaningful videos on the channel and then the stuff that actually does well. And I don't know if it's a bad or a good thing. I think it just gets hard thinking of people's perception on me, especially like people you know, when they don't like understand like why you're doing that and like you follow them on Instagram. I want to post reels on Instagram and they're going to find my social media on Instagram. And just thinking like the people I actually personally know seeing like the cringy side of me, like the content I post, and they don't understand social media at all and they're just like, what is she doing? And I've gotten comments about my content before. I've had like weird interactions with people about my content. I can just tell a lot of times when I'm with people and if there is like judgment towards my content, like I can tell when I'm hanging out with a friend and they've seen my videos before and they're like, this girl's so weird, and we're hanging out in person. I can feel that vibe from them. Like it's off putting. And I'm trying to think like if I was not to have any people around me like at all or like any friends or any judgments whatsoever, would I still be comfortable with posting that type of content? I honestly would. So that's the one thing where social media gets really hard is the judgments from your peers. Like yes, you get hate from strangers on the internet and that sucks and it could be a lot. Like you could get a video blowing up, get 1,000,000 views and have 100,000 comments just from strangers saying the craziest ish about you. But it hurts way more when the people that you're close with sees it and they don't understand it and they're judging you, but they're not like directly judging you. You can just feel it and you get the comments and all that. Like that's what makes it kind of hard. And if I didn't have a judgment, if I was just completely free, I would go so crazy with like the cringy content. I think I kind of railed it in because of me just wanting to fit in and not be perceived in such a weird way. Like I don't know, like recently I got a comment from one of my friends on the phone like saying like, yeah, like you gotta chill with that like content. Like they'll like feel like they have to advise me. Yeah, that's the one thing with these people like in your core group. Like when they see my cringy content, they feel like they have to give me like advice. Like, oh yeah, I just want to like say this because I care about you, looking out for you. Like, you know, people might see this the wrong way or it's bad. I'm like, oh my god, you don't understand the whole like side quest I've been on to get to the point to get to this content that I'm making. I freaking know people will judge me. I freaking know people will perceive me weird. I don't give an F. Well, I do, but I don't. I don't give an F to the point where like I will post whatever cringy content of myself. Like I'll post the most weirdest ish if it gets views. And I will straight up say that to like social media and all that. That's the game. Like if I can post a video, let's say I'm popping a Gatorade pod and let's say it spills everywhere and the video gets people mad and I have a weird annoying personality and everyone's commenting on that video saying how annoying I am and I'm getting people's attention and people feel the urge to comment on that video because there's something about me that's like off-putting or annoying them because people get annoyed no matter what on the internet. Like everything is going to make someone mad on the internet. Like haters be haters, bro. Like we just be hating right now. It's like our era right now. So it's like, why not utilize that? That's always been my mindset. Like, why not, like, okay, people hate. So my whole thing was just like detach from like the feelings you have towards people hating on you, or how you are scared of judgment. Like, I feel like I'm not afraid of judgment when it comes to, like, from the strangers, but once it gets to like my personal inner group, that's when I fear it. But like, when it's for that, like, oh, they're just gonna give me views, freak yeah, hate on me all you want. But I think over time, I've been doing that, but then I'm starting to hear more of like the outsider perspective, like the close people giving me life advice, but they don't understand the grind, and that I'm intentionally doing that. And I know I look weird, and you don't have that place to give me that life advice right now, because you don't know what it freaking takes to just survive on social media just to get a viral video. Have you? I want you to do a year of social media, then come back to me and say that, because that's actually happened to friends before. I've had a friend who like be a little critical of it or whatever the case is. Then they started getting into social media and they like grinded and they did really good, and they came back to me and they're like, I freaking get it. Like, it's hard having these interactions with people who just don't get the world of social media. Like, when you do it for a full on living and trying to advise you or give you help, or even give social media like input, like, oh, I hear this is a trendy trend to do. You could do it, maybe you go viral. I'm like, shut the F up, bro. Like the game of it is there's so much intensity to it. Like, once you're doing it for survival, once you do it for money, it's a whole other system that it just takes experiencing it to understand. And it's not like a, oh, maybe I'll just stop doing cringy content because people will perceive me wrong. Like, okay, let's say I stop doing that, then now I won't have a viral video ever. Like, now I won't don't have money. Okay, I feel like I'm talking a little bit in circles. I don't really, oh, there's thunder right now. It's so vibey here. But I don't know if y'all understood that, but thank you for watching. I love you guys.